Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
Liftoff. And liftoff. Here we go. It's another Saturday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us. It's Tarot Today Live. I'm Dax Carlisle coming to you live from Tucson, Arizona. And joining me is the fabulous Mary Brown with her cowboy hat on. That is so cool.
Howdy,
Happy Psychic Saturday.
Happy Psychic Saturday, everybody. Hi, Dax.
Yay.
Hello, Blog Talk people.
Hello, Blog Talk Radio people. Hello, YouTube people. Hey, so if you're listening to us on the radio show and you want to actually see us, you can come over to the YouTube channel and it's Tarot Today Live. You can just look that up on YouTube, but we have a URL that'll take you right there. www.tarottoday.live. You can just open a new tab in your browser, type in tarottoday.live. It'll take you right over there. Click on, you'll see the live. Is that correct? Live? You'll see the live that's live currently. Anyway, it's at the top of the channel. Just click on that. And you can join us. It's alive. And you can join us in the chat there. And in fact, there's a whole ton of people in there already. Newton.
Hello, people.
Sharona. Hi, Sharona. And Growing Old with Purpose. Hey, everybody.
Growing Old with Purpose. Hey.
Yeah. So if you're watching us on YouTube, you can call into the show because unlike a lot of YouTube lives, we actually have 50 live caller phone lines. Mary, you want to tell them how to call in?
Yes, I do. More than I can say. I do want to tell them. So the number to call is 714-816-4628. Be sure to press the number 1 on your dial pad because that raises your little arm in the air and lets us know that you want to be live on the air with us. And again, that number is 714-816-4628. Press the number 1.
That's right. That's right. And if there's some reason why you can't call in today, like I said, you can join us in the chat and you can ask questions in there. You can comment on the show and you can ask for a mini reading right in the chat on the YouTube channel there on the YouTube live,
yeah.
tarottoday.live. Yeah. Come over and join us. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, it's fun and also very easy. And really all you have to do if you just want a general reading and you want us to pull a card for you, all you got to do is say, pull a card for me. You don't have to ask. You don't have to say, are you doing readings or can I have a reading? Just say, pull a card for me. Or if you have a very specific question, and as the saying goes, a very specific question leads to a very specific answer. If that's what you're looking for, just type in your question. Try to avoid yes or no questions. Ask questions that are actually going to garner information that's important to you. How is this going to play out? What can I do? What's in my best interest? Questions that start like that usually are the most helpful. Just saying.
Absolutely. Oh, and I wanted to mention, starting here in November, because we're in November. Oh my God, where did 2022 go?
I don't know.
So Oh, Rashmi just popped in there too. Hi, Rashmi. That's a returning viewer, I think, there. And starting here in November, first of all, we've cut back a little bit on our lives. We only have the Monday and Saturday one actually scheduled now. Now, that doesn't mean we won't pop in during the week and do impromptu lives and stuff. I haven't started doing that yet, but it's definitely on my list of things that I would love to do, some impromptus and, show up at 11 o'clock at night and 8 o'clock in the morning and, all the times we don't normally do and just see who's out there and things like that, Mary. But also the other thing also that we're doing is the Monday show is going to be now dedicated to YouTube. So we're not going to live simulcast. We're going to give this a try. who knows, we might end up bringing it right back, but we're going to give this a try where we're going to go live on YouTube on Mondays, and on Saturday we're going to go live on YouTube and Blog Talk Radio. So we'll have the phone banks. You'll be able to call in on the Saturday show like we all have always done, and then the Monday show, we're kind of bookending the week, you know. So we're starting you off on Monday, and then we're here on the weekend on Saturday. And so we're going to give that a try, just doing YouTube live, which means you're going to have to go in the chat and ask all your questions in there, you know. So we're going to see how that works, because we get a ton of people sometimes in the chat room, you know.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. And it'd be
go ahead.
great to get to everybody's questions. It's just sometimes it's impossible.
Oh,
but maybe this will make it more possible.
Oh, and the other thing is, you know, we always talk tarot and take your phone calls, you know, and take your calls and comments and ideas and things from the YouTube live chat. But we used to do a lot more, like, you know, even recently we've done interviews, we've done specific topics around numerology, tarot, things like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to leave these lives and simulcast on Blog Talk just for our followers and listeners. And our topic type things, we're going to like pre-record the interviews and just put them up on YouTube and make them available. And if we do a topic, if we do an interview, or if we do a topic on, say, you know, we've been doing like how to shuffle your cards, how to pull a card, you know, all the basic, you know, Tarot 101 stuff. We're going to keep doing that, but we're going to do them separate from these lives, so that the entire time we can take phone calls and chat with you guys. And one thing we don't mention enough, you know, we've had a bunch of new members joining, Mary, because we just had our 18th anniversary of the Tarot Guild. Oh my God. And we have this fabulous these fabulous specials going on. Like, you can join the guild for $1 for the entire year. I mean, it's already a steal, $12 for the year. So like $1 a month. Now it's $1 for the whole year during this anniversary special. And we've had people joining. And as I'm talking to them and sending them their membership certificate and everything, Mary, I'm telling them to come to these lives, because anything you want to ask about the Tarot Guild, anything you want to ask about being a professional reader, how to grow your business, about questions about certification, general questions about tarot and numerology, that's what we can do on these lives, you see. What do you think?
No, I think it works better that way. I mean, for a while we were doing that with Facebook Lives, but it was just kind of like, this is easier because, I mean, you can, if you subscribe to the channel, right, and then you can see everything that's already scheduled. And so, like, if you have a question and you're a subscriber on our YouTube channel, you can just see when we're coming on again. But I'll tell you a secret, it would be either a Saturday or a Monday for sure. And maybe Dax, like, randomly, surprisingly popping up, you know, and you could ask during that time too, I'm sure. But yeah, no, I think this makes it a lot easier to get a hold of us. You know, if you have a burning question, or sometimes, you know, you just kind of get a little stuck, you know, with tarot cards or whatever. And you just think like, oh, I wish I could ask somebody, because books only take you so long, you know, so far you can't ask the book a question. And if the answer's not in there, you got to find a person, a living, breathing person.
And, you know, some of these,
like we are.
Some of these new members were talking about, oh, by the way, we have returning members too, which is really cool. Like people that got certified in 2018 and they were a premium member, but then they disappeared and then they came back now and rejoined. And some of them got like higher certifications now. It's
cool.
really, really cool stuff going on. But I wanted to say, what's really cool to me is a lot of these people are asking about they're really wanting to start their businesses up and so forth. And what's really wonderful, everybody, is we got Mary here who does this professionally every day. So she's literally in the trenches getting those questions. She can tell you what those questions are and how she answers them, and how to do this or how to do that, whatever. I don't know what the questions are. You got to tell us what you want to know. But that's what's really cool about these shows, is you get a lot of great information from Mary. By the way, I'm wearing my "Trust Me, I'm a Jedi" t-shirt. And I think that's just perfect for the show. What I want to do is I want to get like a couple of dozen shirts, all in different colors, that says the same exact thing, and wear a different color every day on the YouTube live, and
Yes.
every day wear.
Where's
Trust
your
me, I'm a Jedi.
lightsaber?
Yes, I do tarot cards. I'm a Jedi, damn it. So there's Border Rules, Arcadia, Nicole. Wow, a whole bunch of people jumping into the chat.
Awesome.
And then we've got a couple of callers on the phone lines. This is the time to get in now, folks. Get your, we take the calls in the order that they come in. So call in right now, 714-816-4628. Press 1 on your dial pad as soon as you get through, and secure your spot so we can get to you later in the show. We're going to start taking calls in a little bit here, and questions from the chat. In fact, I think there's actually a question from Sharona, one of our one of our hosts on the Psychic Talk Radio Network. But before we do that, we got to look at today, because we always do that on the shows. We're going to look at the energy. I got card of the day, 3 coins. And today's interesting. It's a 5-day. So that's, the chaos number in numerology. You don't want to make any, really big decisions, sign contracts. Don't buy the car now. Wait till Monday. You're buying the new car, the washing machine, you're moving house, whatever. You don't do that on a 5-day. No, you don't do that. The date, though, is, of course, now we're in the 11th month, which is a 2 plus 5 is 7. We're in a world year of 6, because 2022 is 6. 6 plus the 7, you get 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. So we're in a date of structure. And in this card, he's literally creating structure. There's something I wanted to ask you about this, Mary. And of course, this, he's literally creating a structure back here. Nice. But in the Waite Smith version of the card, there's 3 individuals. So you've got the architect, one of the clergy people. Obviously, they're building a cathedral, so he would be like the client. And then you've got the artisan, right? And a lot of people say it's the mastery of artistry, but this is actually low in the numbers. It's 3 is creativity. So today it's about bringing in your creativity and communication, to watching that, especially with it being that 5 energy where it can go down the chaos side. But the opposite side of it is that high energy number. And so building structures and foundations today is a good thing. It's a good thing. You just don't want to make any, huge decisions, but you can work on the structures and foundations. But it's actually later on in the numerology, like when you get to 8 is true abundance, the number of abundance. And so the 8 of Pentacles, which also has an artisan in the Waite Smith version of the deck, anyway, it has an artisan, making the pentacles, and he's got the pentacles all lined up there. And so a lot of, this is what I want to ask your take on it, Mary, because like a lot of tarotists, or tarologists, as I like to call them, go one way or the other with this, where they say that, this is learning the skills and 8 is the mastery. Other people, it's the other way around. They say, no, the 8 of Pentacles, he's going through and doing his craft over and over again to learn. And this one is the mastery. Do you have any take on that at all?
Yeah. I don't think my own personal opinion, I don't see any other system, numerology or whatever, being really um, attached to the original tarot or what those cards might have meant. So I look at the imagery. And, also I think of it in terms of like, okay, if it's true that you have the clergy guy, the representative of the building, right? The church or whatever, you got, you've got that guy, you've got the architect, and then you got the guy that's going to do all the work. I mean, what is that really about? It could be working on commission, right? But it's also, or it could be getting a job, when you think of contractors, like contracting for a job, or, planning out something. But, often that card to me is about strategic partnerships, building something together with people, bringing it all together. Like when you make a movie, you got the producer that brings in the money, you got the actors that have to play the role, you got the director, you got the cinematographer. And in that Three of Pentacles, I see that there's the basics of like what's going to be a project, what is going to get built, because you have an architect, which you need, who knows what they're doing, right? All architects aren't masters. At the same time, they are masters. Okay.
Ah,
The skill's already there. You have the right people for the right jobs. That's another way that I can look at the Three of Pentacles. They're working together, to build something if it comes up on a relationship. The Eight of Pentacles to me is a card of have, really showing that you have a skill set. People that look at that card and see all those perfect pentacles on the wall, and there he is, doing, making another one. It's like, this guy's selling stuff, or he wouldn't keep making it. He may very well be, the best that he's ever going to be at it, and his skill is being
yeah.
rewarded. So I think of it often as like saying, like, look, keep up the good work, your skill is going to be recognized, it's going to be rewarded. And so in a sense that translates to abundance, or can,
Absolutely. Thanks for your take on that. And so,
Right.
yeah, it's obviously projects today, teaming up with other people to create things that create energy. 3, and you have a lot of energy to do it with the 5 energy of the day, and the date is structure, creating structures, foundations for things. So what did you get for a card day, Mary?
I pulled from the crystal reading cards by Rochelle Sharman, and I got the labradorite card, take
Ooh, let's
action.
show
And
that. Here we go. I
labradorite,
love
and
Labradorite.
I do too. In fact, I pulled out, when I got that card, I pulled out my labradorite sphere.
I
La,
have a
la, la.
pendant that's in Labradorite. Is that the one that's for that helps psychics?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So associated with the third
Third
eye
eye.
chakra,
Yeah.
and even the throat chakra, and sometimes even the heart chakra, because it's got the greens, the blue. You see what they call, how it shines like that. It's sort of similar to what you see with tiger eye. Only, it's called chatoyancy, but in labradorite it's called labradorescence, because it has its own special way of doing that. And it's really how you put the light on it. But you can see some greens in this. Usually this
I
is a
love
good
how you
one
got
where
a
you can see some
sphere for
blues.
that. You could hold it
Yeah,
in your hands while you're doing your readings or something,
I often
Hold it.
do. And a lot of people say labradorite is also a very highly protective stone as well, because it can, you see that beautiful labradorescence, all those pretty colors and everything. And then if it turns totally dark, it's like, look out, it's telling you to be careful. So protective in that way, maybe. But yeah, but in this deck, it's about taking action, you know so think about, everybody listening, if this card shows up and you're like, oh, I love labradorite, you're having that thing, what might that mean? What do you need to take action on? And also, what kind of action? It may be a day to kind of figure it out, since it's a 5-day Maybe you don't
Oh, I
want to
think
take action
that fits in
today,
perfect.
but maybe you want to figure out what your next step is.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. It fits right in with what's
Oh,
going on
good.
with my card of the day and the numerology. It sounds great to me. So what else is on in the world of tarot? Mary, you spotted an article where they're opening a tarot themed restaurant in San Diego. Of course, they wait till I move out of San Diego to Tucson before they build.
Right.
Now I'm gonna have to go visit, you know.
Right.
Do
And
that. Take
I have
video.
friends in San Diego. You probably still have friends in San Diego. We
Oh,
need to
sure.
send a spy. We need to send like a roving reporter
Yeah, I'll
to,
send Brad and Jay down there to check it out.
yeah, take
They
a
own a
video on your
magazine.
phone.
They might put it in their magazine. Do
Yeah.
a spot on it, you know, and got it. But I was thinking, you know, I want to go and visit and take pictures and video and then have it on the show
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. That would
So
be
yeah, it's
so
a
much
tarot
fun.
themed
Restaurant.
restaurant. Yeah. See, I thought about this years ago. I had a coffee shop in San Diego and I wanted to eventually at some point turn it into a tarot themed coffee shop, which actually I think fits better than a restaurant. Restaurants are fickle, you know, and you're talking about usually a particular kind of cuisine, you
Bean.
know, and whereas the coffee houses are more universal, everybody likes going to them. Everybody feels comfortable, you know, and they can go there and get their cards read and hang out and on their computer laptops and do work and stuff and
Yeah.
read books and have coffee. And yeah, anyway, that has never happened yet, but maybe when I retire, I'll have my tarot themed coffee shop somewhere. Might have to move back to
Somewhere.
Seattle.
Yeah, and everybody listening on Blog Talk or YouTube, let us know if you have seen anything like this. Is this the only tarot themed restaurant? I don't
Right.
know. Are there other tarot themed businesses you've been to? I know there's some tarot museums like in Europe. I know Jason has been to one of them, I think, in Spain.
Oh,
But
yeah. He's
it'd be
in
cool to know
Madrid,
what
right?
else is out there. Yes.
By the way, he's late today. Shar's here. Charlotte's here.
Yeah.
But Jason, where are you? You're late. You haven't made it
I
to the show yet.
know.
I
I was
wanted to mention.
messaging with him earlier. I don't know
I
where he
wanted.
went.
I wanted to tag on to what you just said about, like, you know, let us know if you know of any tarot themed restaurants, coffee houses, anything. But, you know, just tarot news in general, because Mary and I don't catch everything, you know. So if you know something going on in the tarot world, you know, there's a new book, a new deck, there's a new gosh, I don't know. There's like a symposium going on or a convention that we don't know about,
Yeah.
or something in the news in your local area. Maybe the paper or the local magazine did something about tarot. You know, let us know. Either tell us live here and we'll, you know, read it and tell everybody, or
Right.
or send it into us and we'll research it and then we'll present it as a tarot news item, you know, on our lives. That would be so cool. So
Tarot
help us
breaking
out.
news.
Yeah, help us out with that. Let's see what else is going on. Okay, I did want to mention again the let me see if I can pull up the URL for this to put it in the chat here. You can just go over to the Tarot Guild website, thetarotguild.com, and at the very top, you're going to see a banner that says, "Welcome to the Tarot Guild." And it's kind of a Thanksgiving-y kind of, is that a word? You know, Thanksgiving kind of themed, you know, image there. And I said, we give thanks to all of our members over the last 18 years. That's right. We're celebrating 18 years. And remember, I mentioned at the beginning of the show, membership, $1 for the whole year. Also, if you're a professional reader, you can get your certification now for 37% off. And my Tarot by the Numbers course, 60% off. In fact, you're going to save $180. I got that from the 18 years, Mary. I added a zero and subtracted $180 from the normal $297.
Cool.
So all you do is use the promo code 18 years, all caps, 18 years in that little promo code box there, and it's going to discount it to 117. Same thing when you hit the join now button, you put in that 18 years, all caps, and that'll reduce it down from $12 for the year, $1 a month, to $1 for the whole year. And then you'll just be renewed automatically at the 12. So when you go to thetarotguild.com, you see that banner at the top, click on that. That's going to take you over. It'll explain everything, give you all the links, give you that promo code. You can just copy and paste the promo code so you get it right and everything. And I'm going to grab the URL here and put it in the chat for everybody in the live chat right now. And it's
awesome.
One of those bit.ly ones, so bit.ly/Tarot Guild 18 years. There we go. Got that in there. So that's what's going on at the Tarot Guild. Let me check something real quick here, Mary. Coming up. Okay, we've got our live today. I'm looking on the Psychic Talk Radio Network here. We got our YouTube only live on the 7th, and then we'll be back on the 12th with a simulcast on Blog Talk and YouTube. And then Magic Universe will be on Sunday, November 13th. We don't have a show this Sunday. And Sharona's got on the fabulous Heather Hardison, Healing Through Tarot. She also wrote that. What's that book she wrote? The Call of the Cards. I love that title. Yeah, so definitely check that out on the 13th. That's a little more tarot news stuff coming up on all these shows and everything. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. For those calling in on the phone lines, we're going to come to the phone calls in just a second. 714-816-4628 if you want to join us in there. This is coming from Sharona, Mary. Sharona says, question regarding the election. Oh God, here we go. No politics. No, I'm just kidding. What does Sharona say? Will the U.S. evolve where there is democracy with liberty and justice for all, or step back into the past like where it was 50 years ago? What's going to happen? I think we actually did a psychic spin that was kind of close to it. A little bit. What do you think, Mary?
So the question is okay, with the election, will it evolve? So what do they mean? Like the midterms, or
regarding the election, will the U.S. evolve? I think it's this election and all. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are we going to
separate it from the
democracy,
election?
really? Because that's what we're looking at here, where our votes don't count anymore because if they lose, they just change the vote, or if they win, they never. What was that guy in Wisconsin that said, once I get in as governor, a Republican will never lose a race in Wisconsin again?
There's a lot of people saying all kinds of stuff.
That's not democracy, folks.
It's always been about forming a more perfect union, right? I mean, from the beginning, our founders have said, it's like, it's not perfect. No. Do we have perfect democracy? No. Did the Greeks have perfect democracy? No. Because there's always human beings involved. But, is it going to evolve more in such a way that we live up to our ideals? When we talk about truth, justice, the American way, well, I guess that's comic books that talk about that. But when we talk about what the founders talked about of forming an even more perfect union, I mean, that's always what it's about. It's like, can we do better? Are we going to do better for all our citizens? And what I get on that is not immediately. That's what I get not immediately. I mean, look, what I have in the future position is the past, and that's the 6 of Cups. So that nostalgia comes in, the children, that childish sort of behavior, this sort of idealization of the past,
Mm.
oh, remember the good old days? Yeah,
Mhm.
when was that for everybody? We never had the good old days for everybody, right? We know that. Five of Cups precedes it. Oh, kind of a bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
And why is this Four of Swords in the past position? Somebody's been sleeping at the wheel and letting this happen. So who do we really need to blame, right? Again, we got to keep moving forward. So this isn't going to maybe be the next, cycle of elections that we see where we see like real movement ahead. And I get the King of Wands, whoever that might represent to whoever is watching or listening politically, he's right at the center of it.
Mm.
With the Ace of Wands underneath it, it's like, okay, there's an opportunity uh, there for the king to kind of make a move. Man, I don't know. I'm not hopeful with that, Sharona, but I'm also not devastated either. I'm not seeing like the tower where it all just comes crumbling down, or
Yeah, we could have gotten
the
worse cards there, right?
yeah, and the Five of Cups, that's like an emotional letdown. That doesn't have to be, a big fight. It doesn't have to be that kind of conflict. But what are you getting, Dax?
Oh, interestingly enough, you mentioned the 5. I got a 5, and it's a 5-day. There's those synchronicities going on again. So, I asked the question straight out, and the way she phrased it, she leaned into the democracy first. Will it evolve where we continue to have the democracy, liberty and justice for all, one person, one vote, the vote actually counts, that kind of thing. I got ultimately yes. Just looking at it as yes, no spread. Now I got a 5 too. I got the 5 of Pentacles, yet another card talking about, well, it's that 5 energy. There's chaos. And look, it has to do with money. Don't we already know that, Mary? It's
Yeah.
it's power and money. That's what's going on here. We were talking about this also earlier, remember? 8 of Pentacles, 8 of coins. 8 is abundance, but look how the guy is, can't get in there, where he's, God, I'm losing the picture, where he's studying and all. There's going to have to be research and work on this. It's not going to happen. Freedom doesn't come free. It's going to require some work. Hey, for a while, we're going to be the 9 of Swords. I mean, look at that, nightmares. I mean, a lot of us, who do care about that, like Mary and I served in the military, and we care about democracy. And yeah, we got some sleepless nights, and there's more on the way. This is not gonna, resolve itself instantly. However, then I get some more positive cards, like the World card shows up. And I think there's a clue in that, Mary, where when the United States was formed, worldwide communication didn't exist, and we didn't have the internet. And now we have instantaneous communication, and we're able to get the message out there. We're able to say, look what's going on in XYZ place where they're not letting the votes go through, or this or whatever. See, I think the world, not just the United States and our population, our citizens, but the entire world won't let this happen. I that's my theory on it. I could be wrong, but what it's going to require, 2 of coins. That's the last card. 2 of coins. That's what it's going to require. It's a balancing act. It's a give and take, between the parties and so forth. So that's what I get on that. Sharona, what do you think of that? Pop something in the chat about that. And we're going to take our first phone call of the day. We got to get doing some phone calls here. We got people who've been waiting a while. Area code 646. Caller, are you there? 646. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Carla from New Jersey. Thanks for taking my call.
Carla from New Jersey.
Carla.
Hi. Hello. My question is this. we've been looking at homes, and we spotted a house we like. It needs work, but I'm just wondering whether we should move forward on this house despite the work involved. And it's just a little different in terms of it has more land that we actually need, and whatever's for our highest good. I want to know if I'll be happy in this home and if we should move forward.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks right off the bat, it looks like ultimately you do have the high ground. And 8, abundance. Yes, no. Okay, so that's a very strong 4 out of 5 yeses. This looks good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so even the no card is actually a good card. So there's like this. There's going to be some struggles, but he has the high ground, and we know from watching Star Wars that don't mess around with the person with the high ground, because you get your limbs cut off and you become Darth Vader. Anyway, this is going to feel like
what's the high ground card?
7 of Wands. Yeah, I keep forgetting that you folks on Blog Talk Radio can't see the cards I'm showing, because I'm showing it. I was showing it to the YouTube crowd, but yeah, so I apologize there, Carla. I keep forgetting that. It's like when I do the air quotes and you don't know I'm doing the air quotes. Yeah. And I got the nostalgia card 6. 6 is also success, and I feel like it's really going to feel like home. And there may be some things you need to let go of, because there's cards like the 8 of Cups, emotions, letting go of that emotional baggage and moving onward and upward. That's a real, focus on making it happen. And along with that is another 8 card, the 8 of Swords. And that's a card where folks feel blocked in, and swords are thoughts and ideas. So for me, it's really making the decision and just going for it, really, but let's see what Mary's getting. Mary, what are you getting?
Well, I got some, I got a nice card, the 6 of Wands, it's great. And so feel good about that, the 6 of Wands, that is like appreciation, getting attention. This place got your attention. Right at the center, I have the Tower card. I don't know if the place has a tower on it or not, but that would be going to come crashing down. Right. I'm like, well, maybe that would be like the positive aspect of this. But the thing about the Tower card, though, is kind of interesting because it does talk about sort of a disruption. So if this house, is kind of different from like what you were thinking or the way you were going, and sort of disrupted that train of thought, and now we're looking, we're thinking in different ways about it. I could see that fitting, and that's not a bad factor because it's surrounded by really good cards. And then the final card that comes up, though, I feel like is sort of like just kind of a little teeny tiny bit of advice for you, and that is the 4 of Cups. I'm using the Ludi Liscott Tarot today, but the 4 Cups, it's like you don't want to like miss something else that might be right in front of you, because sometimes that can be about like just like not even seeing, what all is available to us, or, kind of, being sort of looking in the wrong direction. So this isn't bad. I don't really see this as bad. Would I like to see the Tower card in a reading on this question for myself? No, I never want to see the Tower card. That's me.
Yeah.
but with the 4 Cups, I would say like keep looking, and it also may come down to timing too, because the market's kind of, up and down, up a lot.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll come down.
Well, could that 4 of Cups could that Four of Cups also be interpreted like, well, this is a good opportunity and don't miss it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it could go that way. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's always subjective to the reader, Yeah, whatever.
it
But it's what you
it
felt, I
totally
guess, what
is.
you picked up. So, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I just think, the anytime I get the Four Cups, it's like, okay, also I connect that card to apathy. So it's like it asks you to
Uh-huh.
sort of like really check in with yourself and where your feelings are,
Yeah.
you know. So it's, if anything, like to me
I
that
like
it
it. I think it's just daunting. It's different from like the Tower card. It is very different. Like, so I guess our whole, I don't
so
know,
that
and it
whole
would need
thing is
work. So I guess
forget that.
it's
Now we're
also a
doing this.
transformation.
Right. And
Yeah,
so yeah,
yeah. So,
and after the
and it's
tower, you've got to
transformation. So
rebuild.
I could,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. So I mean, the vision is great. I see this house turning into something beautiful after we're done with
Awesome.
it.
Hey, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong
Well,
with having a change in plans like that. Like sometimes it's like we have a great idea, we have a plan, but then we get a better idea or a better
yeah,
opportunity comes our way.
Yep.
yeah. I'm just a little scared of all the work, but
Mm,
yeah,
yeah,
no pain, no gain, I guess.
that's what they say.
Well, thank you both. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thanks
Carla.
for the
Yeah.
calling.
Thanks very much.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend there. And real quick before we take another call, I got a quick question in the chat. Let's see, it was Arcadia. Will I get pregnant soon? Just a real quick, easy one. So I pulled cards while you were finishing up with Carla there. I got the Ace of Coins. Any ace comes up is pretty positive in that area. Now, I'm not getting any of the, I did pull some other cards, but I'm not getting any of the traditional birth, pregnancy type cards, but that ace makes me feel, yeah. And I got a 6, which is success. Yeah, I really think so. I think there's a delay. And as far as timing, because you did say soon, what soon? That's depending on you. But the timing card is 7. So I'm feeling like the earliest would be like around 7 weeks as far as timing goes. I mean, it could be 7 months, but I'm feeling more like 7 weeks, but it's how fast you make it happen. Remember you're in charge, so to speak. So Mary, what are you getting? Did you pull a card?
I pulled a couple cards, and the first card I got was the High Priestess. So
That's a good
there's
sign.
a reason. Yeah, it's a great sign, women's intuition about this, so that may be part of the reason why it's like coming up too in her head, like this is going to happen soon. Trust your own gut instincts on that, literally. And then also, this is kind of funny, the Three of Pentacles came up. It kind of made me laugh
Part of the day.
because because I was thinking like, oh, you want to work it. There's gotta make the baby first before you have the baby. So yeah,
Awesome.
looks
Yeah.
good though. And really, pay attention to your intuition and in all aspects of this. When's and also do the stuff. Do the stuff. If it's something, make sure you're getting a checkup with your healthcare professionals, your doctor or whatever, trust their advice as well. Ask them questions like, what can I do to make this happen? What works, and sometimes, the wise women in your circle can be really helpful when it comes to issues of pregnancy, fertility, and all the good stuff.
Oh, one of the cards I got was the Hermit card, which is, seeking mentorship like that. That's perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect. So back to the phone
Thanks for the
lines here.
question.
Thanks for the question. And there's a few other questions. We're going to get back to the live
Cool.
chat in just a sec, but we're going to take another call here. By the way, the phone lines are wide open. So if you're sitting on the fence, maybe you're in the chat and you don't know if you should call in, maybe you're listening on Blog Talk, you don't know. Yes, call in right now. You'll be the next caller at 714-816-4628. But right now we're going to go to the person waiting the longest, area code 267. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi.
267.
Jessica from Pennsylvania.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. How can we help you?
I wanted to check in and see what you guys are picking up about a move, because when I spoke to you, I don't know what it was, a couple of weeks ago, maybe,
I think it was a
or
couple
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I had a place in mind that I was considering moving. It was like too small. And then that place disappeared. The lady decided she was going to move into it and rent her house instead, which I was happy about because it was too small. Then another place came up, and I got the place, but as far as like the landlord offered it to me, but I was not, like, my intuition just kept telling me no. So I said no to it, and now I'm just kind of open to see, well, what comes next, because now things are rolling for me around this, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of stuff going on, and that's good. And, good on you for trusting your intuition and saying, like, no, because you could have just gone with it, because it was available, but you trust your gut. So that's a good idea. So what do we see coming up around this? I can just tell you what: Ace of Pentacles comes up, the Four of Wands comes up, the Six of Wands comes up, the Fool card. That's interesting. And then the King of Cups. I love the King of Cups. That could be a water sign man, that could be influential, maybe a landlord, owner, property manager, something like that. Who knows? But that Ace of Pentacles is a central focus card. So look, another opportunity is coming up. And the Four of Wands, this one's a little bit racy. The Four of Wands. You can see her butt in this card, but I forgot you're on the phone, so you can't see this at all. Four of Wands is great. Fours, as you've heard Dax say a million times, are about structure. Four of Wands to me also is about stability, So a place that you want to be in, that you want to stay in, is what we're talking about with that. And then the Six of Wands, this card of, like, celebrating in the end, and it comes up in the future position. So you're going to find something that's really good and worth popping a champagne cork over. And interestingly enough, undergirding everything, the card underneath it all, is the Fool card. There might be something comes up unexpectedly or surprising. It's sort of, it can be out of the blue kind of thing. And then on the flip side, the Fool card is about taking the leap of faith sometimes as well. But I don't feel like you're going to just take, like, this, that classic Fool leap of faith, leaping off a cliff kind of thing. I think you're going to leap with your intuition and really make a great choice. But, and with all this Wands energy and the Fool energy, when the Fool comes up, it's like anything can happen at any time. It's like the spontaneity. I don't think it's going to take longer than 6 weeks, is what I would say, as far as timing on this, to find this place. But let's see what Dax is getting.
Yeah, I love that. It definitely does feel like it's going to come up unexpected too. All the places actually have come up unexpected. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, in the recent past, so, Five of Wands, you've been feeling the struggle here, but in the current moment, Six of Swords, slow progress towards your goal. Okay. It's a little slow, but you're making progress. And, swords are thoughts and ideas, like I keep saying over and over, like a broken record. But, and then in the future, okay, so the timing card is the Ten of Swords. So I'm feeling like you could find someplace in 10 days to 10 weeks. And I think, again, all these swords cards, I got the Page of Swords too. I'm really not sure how he fits in, to be honest with you. I don't use every card I pull sometimes in a reading. And to me, God, it's a lot of swords cards, so it's thoughts and ideas. I think it goes back once again. I'm going to say, Jessica, to like where your focus is. I think that has a lot to do with it. Getting focused on what you really want, just going for it. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, the thoughts, that makes sense to me as far as the thoughts thing, because every place that I find, and it's been like this for the 7 months, that it's like, this is to this is to that, this is not enough, this is that. And it's constantly like a reworking of the energy. Like, so this most recent place was in the country, which I wanted it in the country, but it felt dirty and it was way too far out, and it wasn't a single family home. So it was like, there was all these different things. And then I was like, well, I got to see where I get my full-time job, and then I'll move closer to that. So there's just like a couple different elements, or I guess a lot of different elements that were like looking for the perfect brew. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope that helped you out. And I really think it's focused. I think from a law of attraction point of view, it confuses the universe when the energies keep shifting like this, and we lose focus, and our focus is drawn to what we're attracting, which is what we don't want. And so the universe gives us more of what we don't want because we're focusing in on, all those little details of what, I would put all my energy into writing down a list of exactly what I want, and just day after day, just be focusing on that, and not worrying too much about the how it's going to happen, but exactly what it is, and making it crystal clear. But I really think it can break up for you and start to get narrowed in as quickly as 10 days. So that's the positive news. Now you got to call us back and let us know what happens.
I will. I'll call you guys back to celebrate. Thank you.
Yay, let's celebrate. I hope next time it's a celebration one.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, Jessica. Thanks for that. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We got another call from 801, but before we take that call, Mary, let's do a quick lightning round here, and then we'll take that call. I think we're going to be at the end of the show, but from the chat, let's see if we can just pull some cards real quickly for some of these questions. It's lightning round. I like that. We should add that in. Okay, it's lightning round now. Let's see. What's some of the quick ones here? I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss any. And Charlotte was saying, good question, Sharon. Okay. And then Daljit, is December a good month for me? Let's pull a card. Is it a good month? What do we got here? Oh, it could be a really great month because it's the number 8, abundance, but this is the 8 of cups. So what it will require you doing is, and this card came up earlier from one of our other callers. You got to put that emotional baggage in check, and that's how you're going to make progress forward. But as far as overall, you got that 8 energy going on. So it can be really great in December. What'd you get, Mary? Okay, I'm not hearing Mary. Why am I not hearing Mary?
Because I muted myself.
Oh, I thought it was something
Sorry.
on my end. I was like hitting the button. Like, do I have my speaker up? What's going on here? Okay, go ahead. Oh, it's muted again.
Everything's strange and my camera is moving weirdly. Anyways, so 9 of Swords is the first thing that came up. We don't really like to see that card. And so, look, December can be a good month for you as long as you're not, overthinking things or or overanalyzing something. And the other thing that came up is the Eight of Swords. Some more swords with this, because after the nine, I had to pull a couple more cards, right? So Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords. We don't want to see any of that, but it's all in our head. It's all in our head. That's a good thing about those, right? It's not saying anything bad's happening or whatever. But look, the Judgment card, it's time to make a decision. That was upside down. They're all naked. Get naked, make a decision. That's what this
Get
card is
naked, make
telling
it a
you.
decision.
Damn it. And then finally, check him out. He's so sexy, right? The Emperor. Check that out. That's you, baby. That's you. If you just get rid of the stinking thinking, as they say, don't overthink it. Be firm. Be decisive. Make a decision. Go forth and prosper. And it's going to be good. It really is. So that's what I got.
Awesome. Moving on in the lightning round, we got Verinda. Hello. What my future holds in matter of love. Okay, so I pulled some cards and I got, first of all, the Devil card. Okay, so with the Devil, again, attachments. Are you attached to previous relationships? Are you attached to some baggage that you need to let go of? You're showing up as the Queen of Swords. And I don't know if you're an air sign or not. You can pop that in the chat there. But I do see someone coming in. Page of Swords. So this is probably an air sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And he's got a very youthful outlook. He may be chronologically younger than you, or even the same age, or even older, but has a younger outlook on things. So that's what I'm seeing for love for you. And Mary?
I'm just pulling one card right now. Ace of Swords. There's an opportunity for love coming up for you.
Nice.
And then, it's like put the thought into action when you see that Ace of Swords. It's like if you meet somebody, you have a little meet cute or something, or you're feeling the vibe or whatever. It's like, go for it. Why not? That could be the beginning of a beautiful thing.
Awesome. And
thanks for the question.
Jason finally got here.
Jason,
are you wearing a cowboy hat? Yes, she's wearing a cowboy hat. She's in Texas. Come on. I'm surprised it took 10 years for you to finally wear a cowboy hat, but
on camera, I've worn them.
Are you wearing a tweed cowboy hat? Well,
I am not.
That's not tweed. That's what do they call those kind of hats? They're made out of
straw.
Yeah, something. Well, anyway, I'm just looking to see.
With the gold band around.
Oh yeah, Jason said straw. He meant to ask, is it straw? Yeah, it's straw. I'm trying to see.
I'd like a tweed one though, and I have a big pink fuzzy cowboy, or big pink fuzzy one too.
He keeps putting in M, the letter M to the B.
Thank you. Yeah.
What does that mean? I have no clue.
M to the B, M to the B. It's a song, Millie Brown, but it turns out I'm Mary Brown, so you can all call
Mary
me
Brown, M to the B. Okay, makes sense.
I was joking with Jason. I'm like, oh man, I wish somebody would call me M to the B, and he said he would. So.
Shar says, Daxy and Mary, you two are a great duo. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Shar.
Oh, and she took the bait and called in. So she's waiting on the phone line. We're going to come to you in just a second, Shar. I'm just seeing if there's any more. There's a couple of things, but I'm not making out if there's a question there. If you ask a question and we didn't get to it, try to rephrase it for me. And if there's time, we'll get to it. If not, Monday, we'll be back on Monday right here. And remember, it's going to be all you guys only in the YouTube. We're not doing Blog Talk.
YouTube
Mondays. Let's see. Go back to the phone lines here. There we go. Charlotte, we're going to bring her on. Hi, Charlotte. How you doing?
Hey, Charlotte.
Hey, friends.
How's it going?
What is up with you two when you're today?
When what?
You're like
what?
twins with your hat.
Yes, we're
You're
hat
twins
twins.
with your hat.
Oh, I don't
We're
have my
twinning.
Stetson on. I should, if I had my cowboy hat, then we'd really be, you know.
You should do it.
Yeah, my
We're
my
the West.
Stetson.
We're from the Western states.
We're the Western, New Mexico, Texas, Arizona. We're the cowboy hat wearing people, and I used to wear when I
The
first moved
Southwest.
here. I wore a cowboy hat all the time. My Stetson is in bad need of a deep cleaning, so it's felt and it's been on the shelf for a while. It needs to be taken down and cleaned. What's going on with you, Charlotte? Trust me.
Hey, well, I have to, I spend quite a bit of time with you guys, and I just need to tell you how grateful I am that you guys provide this opportunity for people. I mean, you bring
Thank
great
you.
energy, and that's the case with all your shows, that are on Blog Talk
Right.
or,
Oh, but I got a
Guild.
question for you, Charlotte.
And
Finish up,
yeah,
and then I got a question.
well,
Thanks, Charlotte.
saying,
Thank you.
I mean, I just, I feel gratitude, but I don't know that I always express it. And so I'm like, hey, there's not very many callers, so
Yeah,
I'm going to
thank you
take
so
the
much.
time.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And
Really
and
sweet.
I do have a question because I've done
Okay.
something
Charlotte.
that might be a little crazy.
Yeah, but before you get to the question, I wanted to
Go
ask
ahead.
you, because it goes along with what you were just saying. You've been with us for a long time. What do you think of the new format? What do you think of us being on video on YouTube?
I love it.
Cool.
Cool.
I love
Thanks.
it.
It's fun. Well,
Awesome.
tarot is
I
the
mean,
visual medium, so it's
like-
nice to be able to show the cards,
Yeah, the cards, because I'm watching on my phone, the cards are kind of hard to see anyway when you
Oh,
show
yeah.
them.
Mm.
But I also like having the option of either just listening, like by calling in. So like if I'm out running errands or whatever and I want to tune into the show, then I just dial in and listen. But I love like on days like today where I'm at home and can pull it up and watch it. And I think it brings a different kind of energy, and I love that too. So
Yeah, that's why we're going to try this
and
Monday
I love that
thing.
you're doing. Yeah, I love that you're doing 3 shows a week, and I don't necessarily catch them all, but it gives me an opportunity to catch 1 or 2 a week, and so.
Well,
yeah.
now we're going down to
And I
2,
love, you're all,
Charlotte. Just so you know, we're going down to 2. We're going to be Mondays and Saturdays, but I'll be doing some impromptu like lives where I just pop in during the week where they're not scheduled. But as far as scheduled shows, it's going to be Monday and Saturday. And Saturday is going to be the simulcast where we're simulcasting on Blog Talk and we have the phone lines. On Monday, you got to come into the YouTube chat in order to ask questions and stuff.
Yeah, and just
Yeah,
subscribe
that's
to
fair.
the YouTube channel and you get to see like all the upcoming shows that are scheduled too. It's like an easy way to like
Yeah.
keep track.
So what's your question for
Yeah. Well, my question is, I've done a kind of crazy harebrained thing. Ever since my parents died, like the sibling part of my family is just kind of fallen apart. Nobody talks to anybody. And not because we're like, I hate you or anything. It's just, so I'm trying to plan a family reunion for next summer.
Oh, cool.
And it's going to be like, we love to camp. We're a camping family. So I'm planning it to the place that we used to camp a lot as kids. So it'll be a 2 or 3 day adventure. And I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to pull it off, or, if the family's going to be able to pull it off, if they'll be, because I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from my nieces and nephews who are all grown with families of their own by now, of course. And then one brother has tentatively committed, but, so I'm like, I'm just going to ask the cards.
So one
Cool.
brother tentatively committed, but we don't know for sure.
Oh, he's like if my kids come, then I'll come. And I said, well, your kids told me they're coming, so. And he has to come from Michigan, so it would be from Michigan to Utah.
Mm.
So that's a big ask for them. I mean, that is. But the rest of them are all Utah based, so
Oh, good.
not too big of an ask.
You want to go first or should I go first?
Well, I can go first if you want to. I've already got it laid out. I think it's going to go pretty good. Charlotte, I got the Ace of Cups, got also the Ace of Pentacles. You come up as the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like, yeah, you can pull this off. Queen of Pentacles. I mean, this is exactly the kind of thing she'd be good at. And that Ace of Pentacles and, the Judgment card in the past position. It's like you made this decision, and with the Knight of Swords, you're following through on it. And that's what's going to make it happen and keep the momentum going, is what I see with it. Keep the excitement. It's like when we first have the idea and we tell people about it, it's like there's all the buzz and the rush and everything. But this is planned for next year. So you got to like kind of keep that momentum going with the planning, putting everything in place.
Right.
It's so funny. You say like camping, and I immediately think like, oh my God, Charlotte, don't plan this for Skinwalker Ranch. Please don't plan this. Because I know you're near there, So,
Yeah.
that was the first thing I thought.
You know what else is You know what else is close to us is the Blind Frog Ranch.
Oh, right. I think it's going to go great. Yeah, but you're freaking me out. Let's see what Dax has got for you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So Charlotte, it looks really good on my end too. The reading's actually, it's bookended with you. And I don't know if you can see the cards because I know you're on the phone now, but you were watching on YouTube too. So I got the Chariot card, and that's always a good card. That's, moving forward and making it happen. But notice, well, you might not be seeing this, but in this particular version, and this is true of the Chariot in general, that it's why you have a yin and yang, a black and a white horse. And, the one horse is trying to go to the left and the other horse is trying to go to the right, and you have to rein them in. You have the reins there. That's you. If you want this to happen, I really feel you're the big part, because that's the beginning of the spread. The end of the spread is the Queen of Coins, and that's you again. So, the nurturer energy, mom energy, you're the one that has to make this happen. But it looks really good. We're getting cards like another abundance card, the Eight of Wands, things happening pretty quickly with this.
Oh, I am doing a little happy dance.
Yeah, it looks really good to me. The only thing I'm seeing is there is a little fly in the ointment, and that's the Two of Swords pops up. And I just feel that's talking about there something in this mix. There's a choice that needs to be made, and it may be you, but it may actually be one of your relatives, your siblings, that one of them needs to make a decision or something like. Well, they all need to make the decision to do it, but I think it's something deeper than that, really. So be on the lookout for that, popping up.
You know what it might be is I like to camp like we're not in a campground. And that's how most of us like to camp, but some of them are not so keen on that. So there is an option to like camp someplace that you can both have campers, camp trailers, but they also have cabins.
Oh, good.
And
glamping.
So that's the big, right now, that's the biggest decision right now is, am I going to camp at one of our favorite spots, which is like just a remote area with, no facilities whatsoever. So everybody just has their camp trailers. And, or do I pick some place that has a cabin and let the people that want to have less of a, they want to go glamping instead of camping kind of deal.
Well, what's the goal? What's the goal? Is it having a family reunion and uniting everyone, or is it like, camping versus glamping?
You're exactly right, and that's where I'm coming from as well. I wouldn't feel that bad if we had to go someplace where there was cabins, but
you can keep them in perspective on that. You could be the one to do that.
Yeah,
that's probably why it came up in the question. I mean, in the spread,
and that's why I started so early too.
Right, work out
I
those flies in the ointment.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
I've never done anything like this before. So I'm just like going on a wing and a prayer and some tarot cards. And, so it's going to take time for me to get everything planned and organized and that kind of stuff. So
I think it'll
anyway.
Once the ball gets going, I think it's going to happen quickly with that 8 of Wands.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea that you have, and that you're doing it for the right reasons. So it's going to be great, Charlotte. I really feel that. And thanks so much for calling. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Well, you guys have a great weekend too, and we'll see you on Monday, hopefully.
Yep.
Awesome.
Join us on the YouTube live on Monday if you can make it. All the upcoming shows, we always have 2, 3, 4 of them already listed on the YouTube channel. So if you go over to tarottoday.live, at the top, it'll have upcoming lives and the links to them. You just go to those on that day. Yeah. Thanks, Charlotte. Have a great
day, Charlotte.
Which one, can I ask really quick? Which one is There's a Rock for that?
That's on the first Tuesday of every month now. I've moved to Tuesdays.
That's on Blog Talk.
Oh.
The
right, but it's not on YouTube.
Yeah, you can catch that show. You can listen to it and jump in the chat on the Tarot Guild website. On the chat room on the Tarot Guild website has the player and the chat room, and that's true for There's a Rock for that. Also, Sharona's Magic Universe. All the shows that aren't doing live, just doing radio.
Yeah,
we're using the Tarot Guild chat room for that, and I always install the player. Otherwise, join us on YouTube.
Right.
Bye, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Well, you have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for the call. And I just wanted to mention in the chat room, so Growing Old with Purpose, I'm not sure what you mean by this, Growing Old. Maybe you can pop it in. But she says, how about new Oracle decks? And I don't know where we were in the conversation when she said that, so I don't know the context. But maybe she's asking, are there new Oracle decks that have come out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Constantly.
So Mary, constantly. Mary can tell us about that on another show, I'm sure. Monday. Maybe we can do some Oracle decks on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
I love how impromptu this is, and we can just, pick things on these lives.
Yeah, but definitely. And, we've got, reviews on the Tarot Guild website in the video section of Oracle decks that, we've already reviewed and stuff. And there's some good ones coming out that I've got my eyes on. US Games has that Gothic Oracle, the Anne Rice Oracle, and Stephen Bright wrote the book for it. I am like dying. I need to get that. I'm not dying. I mean, we're all dying.
Yeah.
A little bit every day. I don't know. We got to end the show, right?
Yeah. We're at the end of the show here. We're at the end of the show. We apologize if we didn't get to your question in chat, but remember, the Money Show is completely dedicated to the YouTube live chat. So join us here on Monday, and we're only going to take questions from the chat. Next Saturday, we'll be back again and we will be simulcasting on Blog Talk and taking phone calls.
Yeah.
Okay. I did want to mention there was one early on that I missed, but it was from Nisha, and they were saying something about does Goldie love me in the future or something like that. And I don't know if they're asking, well, they said Goldie love me, but didn't say it as a question. So I think they're asking that. And what I got for that was this card right here. It is the four. Wait, is that the four? Four of Wands? Yeah, Four of Wands, which is the energy of today, by the way, that structure energy. And typically a card that indicates really good things in that realm there. So I'm going to say yes.
Awesome.
Just wanted to answer that one quick before we go off the air.
Yeah, I just pulled a love note card for that. Receive love, receiving love. So that's a good card saying like, yeah, it's
yes, you have to be
set your way
mode. You have to be in receiving mode to get it, right?
Absolutely.
Well, thanks everybody for being here.
It.
I had a ton of fun. What about you, Mary? Yeah,
I had a good old time.
I'm loving doing the lives. I always loved doing the radio shows of the last 13 years, but I got to tell you, I'm having way more fun this year with you two live.
This is a blast.
Yeah. And we get to show the cards and talk about things. It's a lot of fun. We'll see you all on Monday. Remember, there's no show this Sunday. The next one will be the following Sunday, when Sharona comes back. And anyway, just want to let everybody know. So we'll see you on Monday. Thanks everybody for being here. And thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Dax. And
goodbye,
thanks everybody. Bye, everybody.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Good night, John Boy.